Hey everybody, we're back again. This is going to be my second SGC reveal. My first one was a few months ago, and I was very pleased with it. I was very pleased with the consistency of the grading versus how I pre-graded. This is going to be much different than all of my other reveals. All of my other reveals, I just couldn't hold back. I had to look at the grades. However, on this one, with the quick turnaround time of SGC, I figured, you know what? We're going to make this interesting. I'm going to do a truly blind reveal on this. And I got to tell you, man, SGC, I sent these cards in 12 days ago. 12 days ago, I took these to the post office. And here it is, Saturday, October 7th. I've got my cards back. Less than 2 weeks. And the good thing about this order, man, when I sent it in, I felt good about it. I felt good that my cards are going to be safe. They're going to get graded fairly, and I'm going to get them back quick versus PSA. And some of these cards are going to be, most of these cards are PC. Some of these were cracked out of PSA slabs that I felt like weren't graded fairly. May have been misgraded. So they're back, and I will clarify here. It's not quite a true reveal, and the reason for it is I got the email from SGC saying, "Hey, my cards are graded. They're getting shipped." Well, when I looked at the email, I couldn't find it. There was no the tracking number wasn't coming up, and I was so excited. I was like, man, I wanna see the tracking. I want to see it in the postal service system. So the tracking number wasn't coming up, so I was thinking to myself, I need to go into, I went to SGC app, and that's another thing I want to talk about too, the SGC app. I love it. I went to the SGC app and pulled up my order. And unfortunately, when you pull up the order, the only thing I was looking for was the tracking number. And I got the tracking number. I got all that straight. But when I pulled up the order, all of a sudden, it just showed up all of my cards with the pictures that they take with your grades. So I saw one of them. And so I quickly turned away. I turned the app off, where I got it off the pictures. I got my tracking number. Unfortunately, I did see one of the grades, but I think this is a total of 13 cards. And let's go ahead and get into it, man. I tell you, man, I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but not too nervous, man. I feel confident that my pre-grades are going to be within what SGC grades. And, I mentioned the app. SGC has now got an app. That's something I've been kind of wanting the SGC to do for a while, and they finally got it, and they're going to be making more improvements on it as time goes by. And they've got this thing wrapped tight. Real tight. Let's see if I can get in it. But this was, I sent these in a little bit after they announced their everyday grading fees are going to be $15. Don't have to worry about any upcharges. None of that nonsense. I don't have to pay a membership fee to take advantage of a special. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, man, yeah. But, yeah, this is awesome. I'm finally actually doing a almost true blind reveal here. I want to set this to the side here. Whoa, easy, easy, easy. Okay. Get that out of the way. Set that to the side. As a matter of fact, we'll do the big one first. Set those right there. Get that down just a little bit. All right. So this is something, I've got 4 copies of this. This is the 1984 Borden's Red stickers. Eric Davis. This is his first ever card/sticker with him in his Reds uniform. 1984. I sent 2 of my best copies into SGC few months back, and they both came back a 7. And I've got 2 more copies of these, and I took a look, and I saw this copy. It didn't quite look as good as the 7s I sent in, but I figured, you know what, I'm going to send it in. The other one's still on the perforated sheet. I'm going to leave that intact on the perforated sheet. So I looked over this really good. The other 2 got a 7, and based on that, I'm thinking this is going to get a 6 or 6.5. If it gets a 7, I'll be ecstatic. If it gets over that, I'll be really ecstatic. I don't think it will. So I'm thinking a 6 or a 6.5. Let's see what we got here. Yep, right in line with my pre-grading. That's the consistency that I like. Exactly about like I thought. 6. Pretty card. I'm going to hold on to this one for a while. Like I say, I got a 7. I had 2 7s. I put one up on eBay and sold it. You don't really see much of these. I'll probably hold on to this for a little while. Eventually, I may put it on eBay. But yeah, that's right in line with what I expected. A 6. All right. All right. I saw somebody do this trick, and I thought this was neat. Oh, man. They got this in a wrapper. Not sure why they put that in a wrapper, but... Get on there. There you go. 1977 Dale Murphy. The rookie catchers. This is the quad picture of Dale Murphy right here. This is a card I've had in my possession for quite some time. I know it's not going to grade well. I just wanted to get it slabbed. My pre-grade for this was a 5. The corners are a little soft. It's a little bit off center. Surface is in pretty good shape. The edges are okay. They're a little bit chipped, but I've got this at a 5. Let's see if I was close. Man, I made this thing too tight. Hey, I got a 6.5. Wow. I'll take it. I'll take it. Not a high grade, but you know, again, I wasn't expecting a high grade. I was expecting a 5. Maybe I was a little too harsh on my pre-grading. That's really cool. I'm going to hold on to this for a while. That's all right. I always wanted to get this thing slabbed. I knew it wasn't going to grade well, but man, I'm really tickled about that. 6.5. Yeah. I'll take it all day long. All right, here's one right here I've had for quite some time. Ricky Henderson rookie. This card is just about perfectly centered. The edges are a little chipped. The corners are a little soft. Surface is in pretty good shape. I pre-graded this at a 5 as well. Pretty much in line with the Dale Murphy. So we got a nice bump up on the Dale Murphy versus my pre-grade. Let's see how this Henderson did. Like I say, I got it at a 5. Wow, 6.5. Man, I'll take that. That's awesome. 6.5. All right. So I guessed a 5 twice, and they both came in at 6.5. Right in line with my pre-grades. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Here's one that I cracked. All right. This is one I've had graded twice already. This is going to be the 3rd time. 1985 Tiffany Eric Davis. When I sent this in to get graded by PSA, it originally came back a PSA 9. And I thought to myself, man, I really think this is a PSA 10. I really do, man, because this car is perfectly centered. It's a Tiffany, so you will have some surface issues come up very easily. The edges are in great shape. The corners are sharp. So when I cracked it out of the 9, I sent it. But now I did notice on the surface there's a slight, man, it's ever so faint scratch. Very faint. I mean, you have to put it at the right angle to hit it just right. So when I cracked it and sent it to PSA, I thought to myself, yeah, it's a 9. Well, when I got it back from PSA the 2nd time, it came back. They gave it an 8. I said, oh, man. Oh, man. So I figured, you know what? I know it's got that very faint scratch. And, man, it is very faint. I thought to myself, this card is at minimum a 9, even with that faint scratch. So my pre-grade on this is a 9. I don't expect it to get any higher. Worst case scenario, 8.5. Nice. 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 Yep. I should have left it in that original PSA 9 slab, but, you know, I didn't see that scratch the first time. That's why I cracked it out the first time. And when I got it back from PSA as an 8, I said, man, this is not justice for this card. This card is at least a 9. Worst case scenario, 8.5, and it came back where it should be. Very pleased with that. Nice card. Perfectly centered. I want to hold on to this for a while. I like it in that SGC slab. Looks really good. That's the thing about SGC too, man. A lot of these cards look good in the tucks. Some cards look good in the PSA slab. All right. Here's another one that I cracked out. Oh, man. Man, I'm really excited about the first 4 here. Really excited. Man. Twins, Kirby Puckett, 7/11, 1985. This card is just about perfectly centered. I bought this card on eBay a few years back in a PSA 9 slab. It was in the old label. And I looked at it as carefully as I could in the slab and thought to myself, man, this thing might have a shot at a 10. And besides, I wanted a new label. So I cracked it out, sent it to PSA. Well, before I sent it to PSA, I looked it over good after I cracked it out. I noticed a faint scratch right there, ever so faint. And on the back, I noticed it looked like some kind of a transition of ink or dye or something. Very faint. You have to look at it at an angle. It's right about there, and you can see where it looked like someone tried to rub it out. But I mean, the surface is in good shape. But anyway, yeah. So let me get to the. When I sent it to PSA, they knocked it down a grade. They knocked it down to an 8. And I said, man, this card is a 9. That's what I pre-graded this card at, as a 9. Worst case scenario, 8.5. Oh, wow. Yep, they got me. Yep. I think that scratch, that faint scratch, it would have been a 9. But I think what got me is right there. You can't see it on camera, but there's a little bit of a transfer of light. It's almost like a yellowish type of transfer of ink. Man. All right, so this is the first one I missed out on. I guess worst case scenario 8.5, came back at 8. That's okay. It's a PC card. It looks really good in this SGC slab. All right, here's a big one. Very big right here. Very, very big. Ronald Acuna, rookie, gold, 2018 Topps Gold update. This right here, when I sent it to PSA, I thought to myself, man, this is a 10. I looked over it with a fine-tooth comb. The only thing I found is, like, right here in this jersey, if you hold it at the right angle, there's just a slight, some kind of a slight impression. I mean, man, it is ever so faint. You have to look at it for a while to really catch it. So I sent it to PSA. And where are you at? Here we go. PSA said it was a 9. And I can see that. I can see it being a 9 or a 10 from PSA. But I thought to myself, you know, I'm going to send this to SGC. I think the gold will really look good in the slab. I truly think this card, I pre-graded this card for SGC to give it a 9.5. Shot out of a 10. Worst case scenario, a 9. But I really think it's going to be a 9.5. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Wow. Justice has been served. Justice has been served. I'm glad I cracked this out. I really thought 9 was a disservice to this card. I really thought this was at least a 9.5 with a shot of a 10. Wow. Man, this made my day right here. Oh, my goodness. Woo. That's huge, man. PC card. PC. Very happy with that. Very happy. Man. I'll take that, man, all day long. So far, me and SGC, we got a lot in common when it comes to grading cards. King Griffey Jr. This is This is the, sorry about the glare. It's a cloudy day today, and I can't use natural light through my window. It looks a lot better with the natural light, so I'm having to use my desktop lighting. Ken Griffey Jr., Donruss, Baseball's Best, 1989, rookie. This was in a PSA slab. I cracked it out. Very old label. Old label. Old school. Starts with a 0. I looked at it carefully, and I figured this is definitely a 9 or 9.5 SGC. I don't see it getting a 10. I figured a 25% chance at a 9.5 and a 75% chance at a 9. I don't see it getting any lower than a 9. So let's see what we got here. A 9. Yep. Pretty much in line with what I expected. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yep. PC card. Here's one right here. Another Griffey. This is a cool card. This is a 1992 Leaf Preview. Ken Griffey Jr. I like that. I like that little picture right there, him pointing like, yo. I like this card because it's capturing him bunting the ball, which you rarely see him bunt the ball. Taking one for the team. And there's the baseball. Cool action shot. I like this card. So anyway, this is one that I had that was in a PSA slab. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. This is one I purchased on eBay a while back. And I always looked at it and thought to myself, man, that's a really good looking 9. And I figured, you know, when I cracked it out and looked at it, I thought to myself, this is at worst case a 9, but I really think it's a 9.5. I don't think it's going to get a 10. You know, the centering is just slightly off, but I think this is a strong case for 9.5. Let's see what we got here. Oh, got a 9, got a 9. It's still within where I expected. 9, 9.5. I'll take it. It looks good in the SGC slab. PC card. All right. Here we go. We're coming up on, here's a big one right here. Ellie De La Cruz. This is the 2022 Topps Pro Debut Gold autographed. Oh, man, it looks sweet in this SGC slab. This was originally in a PSA 9. And it was in a PSA 9, but the autograph wasn't graded. So, and I looked at it carefully, and I thought to myself, man, this is a 9.5. I don't think it's a 10. There's just a touch of white on one of the corners. And I wanted the grade to be, I wanted the autograph to have a grade. So I figured, man, since I'm sending this stuff to SGC, no brainer, cracked it out. I'm guessing the card's going to get a 9, 9.5. 9.5 at best is what I'm hoping. The auto, we'll see. Hey, nice. Man, that's beautiful right there. It looks great in the SGC slab. 10 auto. 10 auto, 9.5 on the card. Man, that's beautiful right there. PC card. Ellie De La Cruz. Tons of talent, man. I tell you. He's so young. This is serial numbered 9 out of 50. 9 out of 50. 10 auto, 9.5 grade. Man, I'm really happy with that. Man, I can't get over that Acuna. That's awesome. All right, so far, me and SGC are right in line. The only thing I striked out on a little bit was that Kirby Puckett. I was expecting at least an 8.5, but that's okay. Man, I'm kind of rambling here because I'm really excited, man. This blind reveal is off the chain for me, man. I'm going to have to make sure I don't look at my grades anymore when I have a order coming back to me. Okay. Ozzie Albies. This is another autograph card. Serial 7 out of 50. This is a 2016 Topps Pro Debut gold version out of 50. And this is one that I've had in my possession for a while. This is another crack. I've had this for a couple years. And Ozzie, he's a player I follow. One of my favorite players that's currently playing. I wanted to get the auto graded, where it's not graded on the PSA. The card's a 9. I feel like this card is a 9.5. There's just a touch of white showing. Oh, man. Right down there, I think. Yeah, you can barely make it out. I think this card's got a legit shot at a 9.5. Autograph, I'm not sure. I'm hoping for a 10 autograph. So let's see what we got here. Ah, yeah. Got a 9. Yep. I was hoping for 9.5 on the grade of the card, but a 9 was on my low end of the pre-grading, so SGC and I are still, we're right on par. 10 on the autograph. Beautiful card. Looks good in that SGC slab. Yeah, man. That's all right there. Yep, I'll take it. I'll take it. Adrian Beltre. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, I had 2 of these right here. I sent both of them to PSA about 8 months ago. Both of them came back a 9. I said, nope. I looked over these cards, and I knew for certain one of them was a 10. The other was at least a strong chance of a 10. So I sent one of them to back to PSA, and it came back a 10. I said, great. Justice was served. So I still got this copy right here, and it was a 9. And and it came back a 9. Actually, I sent this card in a PSA a second time. It came back a 9 twice in a row. I said, you know, I want to send it to SGC just for the heck of it, just see. So I looked over this card firmly again, and on one of the corners, I can't see it. I'm gonna have to get the I'm gonna have to get my magnifier to it. But under magnification, one of these corners had just a little bit of white showing. So I figured, you know, this card, I pre-graded this card at a 9.5. Let's see what we got. Wow. Bam. Bam. I knew one of these was a sure 10 pristine and the other was a chance of a 10. Well, you know what? Justice has been served. PC card. Yeah, I've already got one of these in a PSA 10 slab, but now I got one in the SGC 10. Pop 1 on SGC. I believe the PSA pop for 10 on this card is 3, or it might be 2. I've got 1. Man, I'll take that, man. That's awesome. Wow, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic, man. Man. Alrighty. I tell you what, let's get to the one that I cheated on. I'm not even going to cover it up. Actually, no, I will cover it up just for the heck of it. This is the one that I accidentally saw. I saw the grade on it. I'm not going to cover it. This is the Dwight Gooden box bottom, 1985 Donruss. This is my favorite Dwight Gooden card. I've got one of these already that I personally cut, and it came back a 5. The surface on these are always tough. And the reason it came back a 5 is all across here, there's like it's like a bend in the card. But when you look at it just at the right angle, you can see it. It's not going to show. It's not going to show on this camera here. But it's all right there, all the way down to the top of his jersey right here. So anytime you have something like that, that's automatically going to default to a 5. But I had another copy, and the copy that I have here from SGC, it's worse than the 5 I got from PSA. But what I like about this, I left a little bit of the white border around it. And man, it just pops in that SGC slab with a little bit of that white around the border. Corners are great. Edges are great. The back is great. The centering is just about perfect. However, the surface is really beat up. It's got that same bend right there, but this one's got a lot of scratches on it. So I pre-graded this at a 4.5, and it came back a 4. This is the one that I accidentally saw when I was trying to find the tracking number. And if there was going to be one I would cheat on, it'd be this one. I'm glad it was just this one that I saw. So it's an almost true blind reveal, but a 4 is right in line with what I expected. I was expecting a 4.5. So, yep, again, we're right there together, SGC. And my last one, this is a card I've had for a while. Derek Jeter, rookie, Topps Gold, 1992, the gold version. This one is off center a little bit, but the corners look great. The surface is great. The edging's great. Again, the centering is what's going to get me on this card. I pre-graded this as an 8.5. I could see it getting an 8, maybe a 9. I'm going to say 8.5, but leaning a little bit toward an 8. Let's see what you gave me, SGC. An 8. Yep. 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 Man, that's awesome. Man, you know what? So I don't know if I'm gonna keep this card. I may put it up, but I'm really excited about some of these cards that I got back. Really feel like justice has been served. Little recap. Here's a big victory right here. Adrian Beltre in a 10. That's about what I expected on this card. Here's a victory right here. 9.5. I'll take that all day long with a 10 auto. Griffey Jr. is what I expected. What I expected. Right on it. This is probably my biggest victory. I was thinking this card is easily a 9.5, but we got a 10. I'll take that all day long, too. Man. Keep that right there. Kirby Puckett. Kirby Puckett was probably my only one that I missed on. My emotions probably got in the way. This is a victory right here. I'll take that. And, of course, the oldie goldies. Expecting a 5, got a 6.5. Really excited about that. The centering on that card is nice. And a 6.5 on the Dale Murphy. Yep. And then, of course, we got the Eric Davis 6. But yeah, man, SGC, man, they're right on it, man. They finally got the app up and rolling. Eventually, it'll turn into a set registry. I'm going to stay away from PSA for a little while. I'm not really too happy with them with the inconsistencies of grading. On my last order, I looked over my cards more carefully, and I found a couple of them that were damaged. I actually sent one of them back that I have a really good case on, for them to do what they got to do, I guess, cross-examining and find out if it's their fault or not, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, man, that's all right there. I'll be posting another video down the road, most likely another SGC order. Like I said, I'm going to stay away from PSA for a little while, but appreciate y'all tuning in, guys. Have a good one.